Do you ever get the urge to watch a Jake Gyllenhaal film? I know I do, and after weeks of Amazon Prime teasing me with The Covenant, I finally clicked play and watched it. Spoiler warning as always, and let's deep dive into The Covenant. For a lot of people, a war film about the US Army in the Middle East is enough for anyone to start rolling their eyes, including myself, but when I saw both Jake Gyllenhaal and Anthony Starr in the credits, the star power was enough to pull me in, and boy I'm glad I did. Directed by Guy Ritchie, The Covenant tells a story about a squadron of US soldiers looking for explosive factories in Afghanistan. Following an ambush by the Taliban in the mountains, only Afghan interpreter Ahmed Abdullah, played by Dar Salim, and US Sergeant John Kinley, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, make it out alive. Before you know it, John Kinley is wounded, and the story centers on Ahmed having to literally drag John Kinley over 60 miles through the mountainous terrain of Afghanistan to their US airbase, all whilst being hunted by the Taliban. I'll leave it at that to reduce the risk of spoilers, but wow, I was on tender hooks the whole way through this film. This film is essentially an action thriller, and although you can probably guess the outcome to this, it still had more than enough suspense throughout to keep me on the edge of my seat, and rooting for Ahmed to succeed. The film has its fair share of action scenes scattered throughout, including a huge set piece at the end, that I'm sure Call of Duty players will raise a wry smile to, and the acting from the leads was excellent. Dar Salim in particular deserves his own shout out for his performance, and he literally carries the film for large segments of it. What I appreciated about this film was that the focus wasn't on Americans being war heroes, but on the very real threat Afghan interpreters faced for helping Americans and the Western Allies, in promise for a visa and a new life in the United States of America. Although this story isn't strictly true, it is based on the real events seen throughout the 20-year war and occupation of Afghanistan, where sadly hundreds of interpreters never made it to the States, as promised, and have been hunted and killed by the Taliban for being traitors. The film really struck a chord with me, and made me think about the state of the world at present, but more specifically the state of Afghanistan now it is under Taliban control again. Without getting super political, how irresponsible it feels for America and their Western allies to just pull out of the country without a solid transitional period, literally handing it back to the Taliban, and dooming the population to oppression and misery once more. If that was Guy Ritchie's intent all along with this film, then he succeeded with me at least. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant tells the story of two men from two different worlds fighting for their survival against a common enemy, and for the most part, it is a great film and worthy of your time. Jake Gyllenhaal and Dar Salim are excellent throughout, and there's enough suspense to keep you on the edge of your seat, wondering if they will survive. The film's overarching message about the plight of Afghan interpreters is tragic, and this film does a good job at giving this needed conversation a platform. Final score, 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments below if you watched The Covenant, and if you felt the same way I did about the film and the message it appears to be saying. And if you are new here, then welcome to my channel. We're currently on the road to 100 subs, and thank you to our new subscribers. Your support means the world to me, and we're just getting started. If gaming is more your thing, then make sure you also check out my other YouTube channel, Jackson Plays, for all things gaming, including recent reactions to Summer Games Fest. And on that note, I will see you next time.